Kitchen table talk, a kitchen table talk, a kitchen table talk. Yo, I know it's late, but and I know a lot of people gotta get up and go to work tomorrow morning. Luckily, I work at night, well, evening. But I ain't gonna hold y'all. I was just really tired yesterday, which I know probably nobody on. Wait a minute, did I say because last time I put I didn't mean to put for kids, but I had put for kids and just pressing it by mistake. So I pressed for kids by mistake so I can hurry up and go live and show y'all them the helicopter circling me and I hit for kids by mistake and it I don't know what that meant, but I'm like nobody was on the whole 16 minutes I was on here. So I don't even know if I put for kids or not on here. But is anybody on? It's still saying nobody on. Who's on? Who's up at 10:30 tonight? Well, 10:41 at night. Anybody on? Anybody? Somebody? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear Shanika? Okay, yeah, that's the one. Anybody on? Anybody on? Hi. Okay, one person on. Hi, the call channel. I'm good. I'm good. Okay, people are coming on. Thank you guys. I don't know if y'all the good, the bad, or the ugly, or the ugly hearted, or the ugly spirited, the ugly evil demonic celebrities. Like not all celebrities are evil. They just work under an evil corporation. But yeah. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Let me tell y'all something. To my day ones, y'all know I'm not, this is not me, but I'm trying to get, I would love to get 5,000. So my goal is to get 5,000 by the end of the year. Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? So yeah, that's my goal. And y'all know I'm not doing it for the fame. I'm not doing it for uh the attention. Like y'all know that's not me. To my day ones who've been know since I started this channel, who know me since I started this channel. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it to get my story out there. Because I mean, I look at 2,000 subscribers, which I'm so thankful for those 2,000 subscribers, right? That's it's really nothing. I look at 2,000 subscribers as um look, just imagine this big old world with a little nursing home that I work with. So just imagine. So when you think about it, it's that's not a lot, but I'm so thankful for it, and I'm so thankful for the that Rihanna. I need to stop saying the Rihanna video that took it over 2,000. I need to stop saying that because it is it like we talked about uh what's her name? Shoot, the one that serves that wears that white. She's into. that white where they wear white to serve the her religion, the new Taraji. Yeah, I know somebody. I know a Henson. I know one of Taraji cousins. Um, yeah, I know one of Taraji cousins, which Taraji does not look out for them. And it was where as though, look, see what I mean, y'all? I be all over the place. I be all over the place. I'm like, God, why? I just see like, but yeah, I know a Henson. Um, her first cousin. Because I believe she's from DC. Taraji was born in DC. Yeah, I know a Henson. She's like Taraji's first cousin. Grew, grew up. She was like always saying, I'm gonna be famous one day. When I become famous, I'm coming back for all y'all. And in the beginning, around her baby boyish era, she would come like to their cookouts and stuff. She would come to their cookouts, and I never was there. I never went. For the record, I never went. But she was just still coming around in her earlier acting career. But now it's like the only people she look out for is her immediate family, like her mother, like her extended family down. But to each his own. Hey, I mean, me personally, I would come back for everybody, my whole entire family. But to each his own. And then these days and times, everybody going through it. Everybody is going through it. I love that. Oh, thank you. I pray that the Almighty Lord God will bring all the people to your channel that will enjoy your content as much as I do. Oh, and see, and it's showing me nobody's on. See, look at that. Look at that. I even Googled why why is that for me? Like, I mean, and I know I got like 2,000 subscribers, okay. And I have, when I end my live, I be having like 80 strong, 80 or more, but I Googled why it happens to me, whereas zero people be on the whole live. And like when my daughter, she's watching, she'll say, oh, it's 5 people on, or 10 people on her end. But the whole time I see zero people, one or two at the most. But I don't know, but I thank you so much, Generation, on that. Thank you. Hi, Auntie. I ain't see that. Oh, okay. You can do it, girl. I'll continue to share your video. I guess she be sharing our videos. Thank you. Thanks. Because let me tell y'all something. America does not care about me, you, black, white, red, green. They don't care. They do not care. That's all they want is control of their American people. And I will say, if y'all rich and y'all can afford to get out of America, I'm with y'all 100%. Because America government does not care about us, the people. Yeah. But yeah, guys, sorry yesterday I was really tired and I don't know what made me come on live. And also when I was like, if y'all want me to tell y'all about Kelly Price, it showed me one person like from the first time I got on. It did, when I ended my live, it showed I had like 6 likes. So I don't know if those likes came when I said like. If so, I was like, why did I even say like if y'all want me to talk about it? Because they wouldn't have Instagram or the powers to be. They wouldn't show me it anyway. Clearly, they showed me once I got off. But yeah. So thanks everyone for. I think I did thank y'all for subscribing to my channel from the Rihanna video. But like I said, so she was in it. I believe. I don't know if she's still promoting her hair care line or not. And I believe her hair care line came out before Rihanna's. I don't know, what these celebrities are doing, but I do know. I remember seeing Taraji promote her hair care line, and I was like, "What in the chewed up hair is going on here?" And they sell us anything. And yeah, so shout out to everybody who supported that, liked it. I did not know it was going to go uh, viral. I mean, 17,000, that's viral to me, even though my first video, no, not my first video, my viral video is Tamar Braxton. That I did that years ago. And this is another thing I want to say, because when she was in the news about, when Tamar Braxton was in the news about her teeth was missing, and I was like, my Lord God, us people, us people are so consumed with with these celebrities bull crap for anybody, to believe that that girl was knocked out of her tooth missing in a pool of blood and she's a celebrity. And I said it's sad, it's sad to me to know that so many people believe that, fed into that. And though Tamar Braxton and the whole Braxton is not from Baltimore, right? She's the youngest out the Braxtons, and they from a county. She's not from Baltimore. They from Severn County, like a really dry. I mean, you hear of Dundalk, you hear of Essex, you hear of, what the county Monique was from, Woodlawn, but Severn was like, like, think of the desert of Maryland, right? So they's from that area. And though Tamar we'll put it like this, I know a guy that Tamar used to talk to before the whole Tony Braxton was just getting a name. Like, you just saw her and her with, in the, I remember the first time I heard Tony Braxton was on the movie soundtrack, Love Should Have Brought You Home. That was the first time I heard Tony. Tony, I believe, was already in, singing or whatever. And Tamar used to mess with this guy, West Baltimore. So I don't know Tamar personally, but I do know him. And I take that back. I don't even know him. But being so I was raised up around like guys, like, oh, I have nothing but brothers to y'all newcomers. Guys, no guys, no guys, different. All my brothers got different personalities. All of them got different sets of friends. And uh, yeah, I knew this guy that used to have like a relationship with Tamar. And she wasn't, she always was this Tamar, very dramatic, very just argumentative. Oh my goodness, they stay arguing. Um, she was just Tamar, what y'all see. Nothing changed. Let me say something. You can take money, ain't gonna change nothing. Whoever you was before you got money, you still that girl. So saying all that to say that was the fact that a lot of people believe that story. That was like I knew off top. That's one girl that just do too much for, like, I guess the attention, and knowing their story. Like, they were picked on a lot growing up, and I don't know what it is, but we talking about now that y'all, for the fact that y'all believe that that happened, y'all thought that that happened. That tells me a lot about you as a person, to believe that this girl that is a celebrity, that was tooth was knocked out and in a pool of blood. Like, no, Tamar is very dramatic, and that guy will tell you she was one of the worst girlfriends he ever had. And she just did too much, was over the top, always just wanting to fuss, very dramatic. Um, he said she had very low self-esteem, but I mean, look at it. We can see that now, just with the cosmetic surgery and, um, always wanting attention, always just doing too much. So he said, yeah, she had very low self-esteem. But yeah, that wasn't true. So I'm saying all that to say, when that happened, I was gonna repost that video that I did. I think they got like 88K, right? And I forgot all about that video. Somebody said, "Well, this age well, it didn't age well." And I saw, I was like, "Oh my goodness!" And I guess she was referring to bust my lip or teeth missing and a puddle of blood. Like really, but yeah, so I could have, I wanted to repost it, but when I watched it over, I said, no, I'm not going to repost it because that's another proof how I would, praise these celebrities. I was in there praising, oh, and Tina knows she is a very respectful, she is this, she is that. No, so that's why I didn't promote that because I'm like, I wish I can just take that down too. But like, but whatever, whatever. So yeah, guys. So yeah, y'all gotta stop listening to these celebrities. They are they are fiending for, and it's so sad because Tamar Braxton she has a beautiful voice, and that Love and War album, I literally was to that a few days ago. I don't like her, but her voice is undeniable. I only like two songs, Love and War and that other one, but yeah, I was walking around the track. I'm around Montebello listening to that, and it's in my playlist. And I took a lot of stuff out my playlist. That those two songs I never took out. But y'all, we had to stop listening to these celebrities. Like they are. She's one of those ones. Don't be surprised if something else come about because some people just so desperate for attention and just want to keep their name talked about. Like I believe a lot of these celebrities will lose it if they go if don't know about if they lose their fame. They'll go more. I believe they'll go more crazy for losing the fame versus the money. Like they're addicted to fame, and it's so sad. So again, we got to stop listening to these celebrities when they come up with this mess just for attention. And it's only the black. Let me tell you something. It's only the black community who, when you see, okay, so when you see, go on YouTube and you see, you know, gossip, these gossip channels, and I'm subscribed to a lot of them, but I do pick and choose. I like to protect my peace. I do pick and choose. But and you see all these views that they get. Let me tell y'all something. They are nothing but the black women. Small percentage of black men, small, but it's the black women. Let me tell you something. These white women, and don't, and yes, my brother used to date a white girl who was, who watched, listened to the gossip, but was she into it? No, no, it's us black women who clicks those videos so fast and believes any and everything they put out. Y'all have to stop. Y'all have to stop. Like I said yesterday on my live, this world is nothing but a stage. And these actors and these celebrities, singers, rappers, movie star, whatever in the industry, they are what it's safe to say they're the puppets by the government. Like the government grant them these the funds to entertain us. Um, that stuff is not real. It's not. It's not real. I'm just so glad. I'm just so glad I'm not into that world no more. And I was that girl. I was that girl who was always sorry, y'all. I'm taking my nail polish off. It's time to get my I want another color. I was that girl who was so quick that you know, click the video to see what's going on. You see them in the latest, this, that, yes, just getting excited. Like that stuff is so not important. Oh my goodness, it's so not important to me. And if y'all knew better, y'all would not be into. I mean, and don't get me wrong, it's okay to watch something, but to really be into it is don't don't. And I guess that's where I messed up at because I was just really into it, really into the celebrity world, really into everything about them, cheering them on from a distance, just loved everything about the celebrity world. But that's just nothing but a big facade. They are puppets for the government. They get funded by the government. They make movies for them. Here, do this movie. Hickle the script. Hickle and the money for it. You just worry about finding the actors and actresses. Then again, I believe the government probably tell them who they want to be in it. I don't know. I just don't know with that, but I do know that they work closely with the government, and that's how they, yeah, that's how they make their money, and that's how they get granted. And it's so funny because yesterday, remember I told y'all to watch that y'all thought I was talking about William O'Neill when I said yesterday when I said it's this guy I saw years ago, maybe like 2 years ago, the video that I posted on my short that um was talking about how the government is obsessed with the black community. And I said, I bet they probably think I'm talking about William O'Neill. I think they even did a movie on him. Yeah, I think so. I remember watching. They did another Black Panther, and it was more based it on him as a spy. But nope, this was something totally different. I'm like, what in the world is going on? But yeah, that's true. That's true. I was just like, I was shocked. And at the end, if y'all watched it, at the end, which I do know y'all watched it because what I did was I had screenshot it. I said, this is what is on last. This morning when I woke up, I subtract or added it. It had like 75 views. I said, people is watching me. Yes. So thank y'all for watching. And it needs to be, I don't know how I found that because when we do look up FBI, informants, the first thing we see is William O'Neill come up everywhere. And but no, this I found him. But at the end, did y'all take notice when he said any big organization dealing with black people to make that business, to start that business, they are he didn't use these words, but y'all can watch it. He said they are heavily someone in that team is a heavy informant or the government slash FBI is watching that business very closely and gave them the go to start the business. And the first thing I thought about was Rock Nation. I was like, So yeah, y'all gotta watch it. I posted it and I didn't get the guy's name, but he was just talking about how the government always been obsessed with the black community and have a whole department just studying us, watching our slang, obsessed with us. And that's why I said with this new age of social media, oh my goodness, could you imagine just watching all the black people closely, especially the big people, with names and stuff, and not even the celebrities. I'm talking about like YouTubers. Oh yeah, they watching y'all closely, seeing what y'all gonna say. But the crazy thing about it, when I sit and watch these things, and I think like, what is it with me? Like, why me? I don't have no big organization. I don't know no um a foreigner that's out in the snow. I don't know, guys. And like I told y'all, if I knew, I would not be here. I would not if it was anything suspicious, anything going on with me or anybody in my background, my brothers, my nephews, I would not be here. Like I told y'all, my nephews don't even know what's going on. And that goes to show how good of a life they live because I feel like I don't need to tell them because they already live good lives and they know it. Y'all know it. Y'all know it. So I don't know. All I know is it all started my back and forth on Twitter days. And I know a lot of y'all may to the ones that hire the big corporations that I wrote the you know the powerful people that I wrote. Um, the entities that are here that are in place to help me. And I know I gave y'all my YouTube, and I know I informed y'all to watch um uh I gave y'all my YouTube and told y'all to watch my YouTube channel, my first live stream. And in that live stream, I talked about Baltimore Live, and that's another channel that I started. And I found great pleasure in, posting videos promoting, the rap guys here in Baltimore, which none of them is related to me. None of them I don't know any of them. And like I said before in that live, I yes may have remember when their mother was pregnant, may have you know know their mother, know their father, or know both, but them now, like I may held them as a baby, but they don't. It's safe to say I don't know any of them. Um, and so when I say, watch my lives for 10 10 24, and I talked about that channel, I will say this. So y'all thinking if someone may have thought, well, look what she's promoting these, wines and um this, that, and the third. The stalking and harassment came before that. Let's make that clear. It came before that. Um, and like I said, on my earlier videos, y'all can go and watch those videos. I was telling y'all, it's guys in front of my door, it's cars in front of my door, it's tinted windows. Um, People park when I'm looking outside. That's when they'll pull off. So again, and I can't stress this enough. It started with on foot, with cars and following and things like that before it became helicopters. So to all the entities that I know are watching me now, because I gave y'all my YouTube channel, even though y'all don't want to help, but it's okay. It's okay. And y'all could help. It's okay. But again, that was that channel came after. And again, how it all came about, my brother, I forget this YouTuber. It's this big fat YouTuber that he was into, and he was really, really big. I think he got locked up. I think he's because I said, you still watch and I think he got locked up for tax invasion or something. No, the guy he used to do cable, so he had a big YouTube, and he used to like run cable. I don't know who he is. My brother was my close brother, the dark skin one. Um, he was crazy over him. And I don't know who his name is, but he's always watching. He used to say, if I make a channel, this is what I'm gonna be about. If I make a channel, this is what I'm gonna do about. I'll make it about. And remember, guys, remember I told y'all that back then when I made that, I was off of here. I was off of here. I was not going to come back. I was done with here. I went and said, okay, I can help you. That's what you want to do. So I started getting it together, started building, and I even made an Instagram. So again, I made an Instagram, and people like it was really turning into something when I deactivated the Instagram because they kept harassing me on there. When I was like, okay, this is getting really big. Um, and guys were like, could you please post my video? Oh gosh, I missed that. Just to give them an outlet, just to give them an outlet to to do something constructive. That really, made me feel good to go on my DMs and say, could you please hit with my music right here? Could you please give me y'all, I'm sorry, but that type of stuff is just I might well, I'm gonna tell y'all about that in a few because I don't know. It might I might guys sell it, but we're gonna get to that. But 'cause I don't know what my brother doing. But and it's just like I don't know what to do. Well, I'm gonna get to it. But yeah, so it was really becoming, and I found great joy in that. It's like, okay, I went away from here, which y'all see me on, and I wasn't gonna come back. But and mind you, nobody knew who was under behind that page. Nobody knew who was behind that page. They just knew music was being promoted, videos was being promoted, and I'm like, and I even on my the IG. I would be driving and I post that song and add them and they have reposted. Like it was just that was a good thing. And tell my brother, I'm like, whenever you're ready, it's building. I'm building. I'm getting subscribers, and I made a YouTube with my favorite Baltimore rapper. Y'all know my favorite rapper of all times is Tupac, but my favorite Baltimore rapper, if y'all don't know, is Young Moose here. And and I want to say this: rap music is grimy, hardcore. Um, yeah, let's talk about guns, uh, calling girls bees and things like that. And we we grew up on that music. Well, let me speak to myself for myself. Me, I grew up on that music. My brother grew up on that. Generation X grew up on that type of music. Does that say that when I'm listening to or when I used to listen to that music, um, I felt that same way? No, it made when I used to rap those lyrics, that would make me feel better. It made me feel lighter when I would rap those lyrics for any song. Like I talk about how, back in the day, singing those NWA songs and, Naughty by Nature songs and just rap music, hardcore music, that didn't make nobody go out and hurt, want to kill anybody. And I always look at when, um, well, for instance, my brother at the time was messing with a white girl, right? And she listen to those. I mean, like she was like she wasn't one of them white girls trying to be black. She was white, right? And she was like, oh my goodness, I hate that. I hate this. I hate that. And this is like in the '90s, when the '90s when we used to listen. Me and my brother used to always listen to music. But when she played her music, or not, I take that back. Remember the jukebox, the box, where you had to pay and you had to pay and your music would come on. Well, she would call and play like hardcore white people music. And then back in those days, like in the early '90s, like if they show a video, I remember it was one video, Kiss. It was with the white face with the black stars. She loved them. And I remember it was one concert and like they had like makeup, blood, and all this stuff. And I'm like, and she would tell me about the songs and what it mean, and even talking about just evil, demonic. I'm like, well, and I remember I was so young and naive, but I said, but you listen to this song, these songs look like they eating people, but you don't like hard L rap music. You see what I'm saying? And she was a sweet person. She worked at Social Security. Social Security, people back in the day, they said you work at Social Security, you had money. She was doing well for herself. So I'm saying all that to say, she would go to work and jam out to her hardcore, screaming with their tongues out, you know, with that type of music, but would criticize my music. So it all balanced out. A lot of people talking about it's that music that's making these um, black boys commit crimes. No, no, because we can say the same about look at Jeffrey Dahmer. He loved R&B music, but he was eating people. So that all I'm saying is that music, that rap music. Which let me tell you something. Today it seems like, well, in my world, I don't hear nobody talking about rap music. And I remember my nephews used to come over. It's like nowadays they just listen to Rob Wade. Every young guy I know listens to Rob Wade. I don't even hear them listening to like all these. They say all and even my nephew like because he used to love Lil Baby. He's like, oh, he sucks. I can't. It's like everybody, all the young people nowadays listen to Rob Wade. I don't know. I don't know. They just so I'm saying all that to say I don't. This thinking about it, I don't even hear even the young people on my job. They be having their earphones in their ear, their AirPods in their ear. They be listening a raw wave. He the only one I hear people listen to, and I don't even hear that no more because I don't even think he got albums. I don't know. All I'm saying is rap music is not the cause of these young people and dying. And I mean shooting each other, black on black crime. And also I want to say this. Um what I was gonna say? What I was gonna say? Oh, um back then, what I was going to say? Lord have mercy. Um what I was, what I was going to say, I forgot y'all. Um Oh, and a lot of them guys on Baltimore Live smart as I don't know what. Like a lot of them was in my nephew's class. Smart is graduated with honor roll, honor roll, and then it makes sense when you really think about it. These boys putting that type of art together, that gotta be talent. Like these, they putting their own music together. Ain't nobody writing for them. And then they getting up here like the whole how Cardi B present herself like she just this artist, but somebody writing for her. No, these guys write their music and it's art. It's art to me. Like I just used to always listen to it, and it just was so relatable. Like, but it just also remind me like in the inner cities, history repeats itself. Like one guy I had posted on Baltimore Live talk about how he used to sleep with his brother head to feet. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's what we used to do. Like, so man, yeah, blessings to all them boys. Blessings to all them boys. Like I really had fun posting on it, and them saying thanks or reposting and saying Baltimore Live just post me. And mind you, they don't know who's behind the page, but the government did. I mean, just kept picking with me and having people. I lied to y'all not. Remember on my live 10/10/24 when I said it was a page. It was a page that friend requested me, and the girl looked it just like me, and I was like in shock. They even had some shirts on that looked it just like me when I was when I was here on Instagram when it was flowers. I mean, on here on YouTube when it was flowers and jelly when my page was flowers and jelly. They had two sweatshirts on from it. The girl looked it just like me. It was so creepy, and this before I knew about this was like 2.5 years ago into me being silent, right? Still away from here, just doing Baltimore Live and, having fun with that. And it's going rapidly. And remember, I talked about it on there and I was like, this girl, and I wind up blocking it because what happened was Baltimore Live Instagram was public. So being so Baltimore Live Instagram was public, I people can friend request me. So the person friend request me, and I would go on everybody's page just briefly and see who it was. And it was this girl. Then I was starting to get a lot of fake black girl pages saying, because mind you, the ones who have been following me since day one, and if you've been following me on my old Twitter, I had Nina Simone, so they would make it's just to get too much. So I don't want to get too deep into it, but they would make pages. A friend request me, and it's a Nina Simone page, and it's misunderstood. And I was tweet y'all back before I left Twitter. I'm like, y'all, I'm telling y'all, I'm just misunderstood. I don't know why, y'all, whatever. But things like that, and it was this it was this girl looked at just like me before I even knew it was an AI existed, right? I mean, I heard about it, but I didn't know the that they was going to have people looking whether you can make somebody look just like you, or even another thing that's creepy when well, I don't find creepy. It's just I wouldn't do it for me. And I even posted it on here when they took old back in the day pictures of black girls in the AI, the regular original pictures of black girls, and the AI made them come to life. Oh my goodness, that's just so. I'm like, I would never do. I even told my brother because my brother just sent me an old school picture of him in 1990. Oh my goodness, he was getting it right. He looked it so good. He was like, "Yo, look who! Guess what? Look who I saw. Look what he sent me." No, he said he saw him down out and about. He was like, "Yo, I was just looking at old pictures of us. Give me your number." So he sent my brother a boatload of pictures. When I tell you, we was just reminiscing, like, "Oh my goodness, those was the fun days." But I said, "Do you want me to?" I said, "Did you see them pictures where turn it, they take an old picture and turn it into like make you move?" He said, "You better not get me." He said, "Heck no, don't send that stuff through my phone." So it's just, but this app, this the new technology. But yeah. So before I even knew that was going on, I was like, "Oh my goodness, this person," and I was like, the reason why I blocked that page because at night, well, when I wake up, and sometimes I be up like 2, 3 in the morning, and I just start seeing comments, comments, comments. So that person every night would come and start liking stuff, and I guess they was doing it wee hours in the morning. So I guess the first thing I see it when I wake up, or if I'm still up, and it would say stuff like Black Girls Forever, like nothing to do with that page, and I knew. I said, God, no, it's them. I know it's them. And then remember I was telling y'all about how they was taking who is that? Oh, I'm like, who? I seen a hand. And then I told y'all about my nephew. I don't play about my nephew. I was pissed off that I was writing Twitter, and I don't even know. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go on that page tonight when I get off here. I don't even know if they still using my nephew's what you looking for? You took everything upstairs. Yeah, you took everything upstairs. And I don't know if that person still used my nephew. I'm gonna go on that page. I wrote Twitter so many times, and and they kept saying for my nephew like, I don't have no page. I don't have no Twitter page, so how am I gonna write them? So I even sent them a copy of my nephew Merlin, like this page is, and then they would make threats to other people here in Baltimore. I'm like, if something happened to my nephew, Twitter would be the blank, because they would argue with people with my nephew on there on that Twitter. And but this is the thing, they had that fake Twitter loving trans. So my nephew picture up there, and then they had a big old gun as a default with weed, and like I said, so this is what's going on behind the scenes with me after I left Twitter. So that's why you see why I said they was trying to play with my mind. The higher ups was trying to play with my mind, making sure, and that's how you know they demonic and evil. Like whatever the reason is, you want me to go away and make sure I don't ever come back, and you wouldn't even care if I went crazy or not. You wouldn't even care if it was, you know, if it, just thank God. I keep this. I keep this. I keep this because let me tell y'all, God is good. God is good. And I even think about, guys, how I I literally, if you go back and you listen to my if you go back and listen to my videos back in the day, I stayed cussing. Like I stayed, don't get me wrong, yeah, and this is the crazy thing. When I curse now, right? I notice I curse. So this is how you know. it's not, it don't, it just don't flow. Cause like if I could be like, his ass, I know it, I catch it, but just imagine everything I was saying was a curse word. And even when I was telling y'all last time when I recently went live, it was came to y'all about, the aliens that's up us. Yes, it's aliens. Um, Look at me if you're crazy. And I also said when I was praying, was it Sunday, when I was having a long time with God Sunday, I said I gotta stop saying I swear. I swear. It's like at this point, if like God, you see what's going on with me. Um, I don't have to keep saying that. So I do want to catch myself saying that. But what I want to get back to, guys, I honestly did not ask God to take the cursing away. Like every word out my mouth, I used to, and even, and I to y'all not. I was gonna say I swear, but I lie to y'all not. I got my hand right here on the Bible. I even said, um, remember I told y'all, that um I was gonna go live, and I was like, dang, I ain't going live. I am not going live. I can't. It won't flow, and everything come out. I just be all over the place. I'm not. And then I even said to myself that night, y'all ready for this? I said to myself, I said, I don't care. I said, because this is what I'm thinking. Is that going here and just start cussing? Every word come out my mouth. That's what I literally said to myself before God put. Because even when I say I'm a fast, it's always something that is spoken within me. I want you to fast tomorrow. I want you to start fast. I can't describe it. Oh gosh, I can't describe it. But before I that strong sense came to me, start tomorrow. I want you to fast. And this was the recent fast when I was away from y'all for like 2 weeks, and I literally said, because mind you, I'm already frustrated. Like, why can't I just, when I talk about stuff, it just don't flow, and I can't get the words out, and it just, I said, I wonder if it's because every word I used was a curse word, right? I said, I wonder if it's that. And I was just feeling so frustrated because, I watch back my lives, and I watch back my lives, and I also be frustrated because I'm like, they took this out, they took that out, they made it seem like I said this, but y'all know. But I'm like, dang, I just seems like all over the place. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna just come back my old Shanika, and just start, like how I used to be. I used to curse all the time, but something came over me and said, just start fast. I want you to start fasting tomorrow. And I know it may not be a big deal, like, you know, I just seen all over the place. Like I go to one, talk about something, and skip, talk about something else, and it just be all over the place. But y'all know what I'm saying. Like I know what I'm saying, but it's just, and even trying to think of words, and it's just like, yeah. So yeah. So God knows when I said I was just saying, okay. Could y'all imagine me coming back on here, back to how I was? That's not even in me no more. Like God took that away from me. God took that away from me. I remember one day, and my daughter said we was at the supermarket, and she said, "Mom, what if um somebody come up to you right now, take your head, snatch it off your head, and just and just start and just throw it down on the ground. And mind you, we in line, right? We in the market line. I said, she said, what was she said, how would you carry it? I said, I would pick it back up and put it on. Now this is the 4 years I'm away from, you know, social media, right? And this is going on with me, and I know I'm being stalked, harassed, and followed, and bullied, and shit coming to my home, all that. So I was like, not even know, I didn't even know I responded like this. And she brings this up all the time. I said, I would pick it back up and put it back on my head. She said, "Man, you wait to say nothing." I said, mm. And I remember when she said that to me, I was in just a calm state because I stayed in the word state, and that's around the time I was craving stuff, craving like it was just it was beautiful. But she was like, "Man, you've really changed." She said, and she just stared at me, and I said, "What you staring at me for?" She said, "Man," and this is within a 4 year. She said, "Man, wow, God is really doing a number on you." So yeah, the change that I had, and don't get me wrong, God is still working on me, guys. God is still working on me, and even when I was going through what I was going through the 4 years ago, when I was like, God, is this going away? What is going on? What why all of a sudden all this you know surveillance, and I started fasting. I started getting closer with God. And mind you, let me tell you something. I also want to say this. When I left Twitter, and this is why it's so important to stay prayed up, y'all, because when I left Twitter, and not even, and mind y'all, I was not even, when I left Twitter, I was not even thinking about, um, fasting or none of that. And when I left Twitter, it wasn't because of the surveillance, right? I knew that was happening, but I'm thinking it'll go away because the first, automatically, guys, I'm thinking they doing this, celebrity world doing this. They picking it. They want me to go away. They want me to go crazy. They trying to find something, right? So when I left Twitter, I hated. It's like the hate I was feeling for everybody. Like it made me so bitter. It made me so cold, right? And I knew, and that's not me. And even if you go and look on Twitter, I'm sorry guys, y'all newcomers, y'all gonna see me crying, y'all gonna see me laughing, and um, even if you go on my old Twitter, right? If I was in Challenge, you will see I was fun, bubbly, just me. That was my personality. Just love having fun, love having fun. So the experiences that I was getting, and people taking my tweets and making skits, and people that I was following, was I would tweet something just randomly, and then they'd tweet something behind me, and I'm like, this person, wait a minute, this. I'm saying, don't get this. They saying, girls do what you want to do. Is she following me too? And it's just so much, right? And it was just so much, so much. I left Twitter hating. I felt so cold and numb. And I remember the girl, my nephew is crazy over her, cooking with Kaya, the one I raised, is crazy over her, right? And and I seen, because I followed this guy, he was talking about how, black women made her cry, and I saw that video, right? And she was talking about how she just feels so cold, and she feels so cold, and she don't care anymore. She just numb. That's how I felt. That's how I felt, y'all. When I left Twitter, I felt. that made me hate. I just started feeling angry. I started feeling angry. I started feeling like I can't describe it. Like that experience. And then I used to, even when I left social media, for those 4 years, and just start, getting closer with God, and just start fasting for something that had nothing to do with something dealing with my brother, right? I'm so glad. I'm so glad because the what I was feeling for everything, and it was coming into my real life, right? That wasn't me. So I'm so glad God had, sit me down and do a number on me to really work on me. Because yeah, when I left social media, I was very, very angry, very frustrated. Because in the real world, oh, what I was ready to say is, in the real world, what I experienced on social media never happened before. So I was like, God, is that your way? Because in my real world, guys, I tell y'all, I can't express it enough how everybody, like, I was just that girl, right? Everybody wanted to be around. Everybody looked up to. Even my people would call me, "You going out here tonight?" No, I ain't going out. They would not. They wouldn't even go out. You know, um, because I'm not going out. So that was the girl who I was. Even even my cousins who I, don't purposely deal with because of this. And for example, um, my cousin, my age daughter got suspended, and you know, God bless all my cousins, my aunt daughters, but nobody wanted to take her, right? Um, everybody was busy. Not nobody wanted to take her. Everybody was busy, and my brother said, "Yeah, my aunt trying to get, our aunt trying to get somebody to take, and she's kind of like my aunt is dealing, with or health issues or whatever." She said she trying to get somebody to take my little cousin back to school. She's only like 13. And I said, I'll take her. So my brother called my aunt and said, Neat gonna take her. She said, Neat gonna take, oh my goodness, are you for real? Oh my goodness, are you serious? She's really gonna take her to school. I'm that girl. You see what I'm saying? Like, I was like I'm that girl. So I just can't. Like she was so ecstatic, so excited that she. And then so yesterday, because it was today when I took her back, right? And yesterday she called my brother. Is did you say Shanika was going to take her back? And my brother said, yeah, she's going to take her back. And she just couldn't believe it. So that's just that's the girl I am in real life. And then I go and take her this morning, goes down her house, get her the helicopters follow me from my house to her house, right? And she stays with my aunt, got custody of her. My aunt got custody of her, and 8 o'clock in the morning, the helicopter just swarming over, following me from my house down to her house. And um, so when I um, went and got out to get her, because mind you, so again, I stayed away from my family because of this. So this is the first time. This is the first time they ever saw me down that house. When I tell you they wanted to know who that was, and I'm sure they took, wrote the address down and doing a check, and you see it's an elderly woman who lived there with her grandkids that she got custody of. Um, they swooped down so low. My aunt's nightgown like shifted, and when a helicopter come down really, really like too low, it's kind of very windy. And this morning, my aunt shut the door real quick, not from scared, like, because her nightgown flying, and she just wanted to shut the door, and then she cracked it open, not knowing that these people is following me, but she just shut it like more like a defense, nothing, out of the ordinary. It's something I would have did too, like shut it real quick and just open it. She had it open really wide, so she just shut it and then opened it, made watched us get in the car and just smiling at us, right? And the fact that the helicopters were out that time of morning followed me to get my little cousin to take her back to school. My aunt, not knowing what's going on, um, day in the life. Then they, was there in that area. She, poor thing, her school is far because they working on her school in her area. But I'm like, this is why I stay away from my family because it's too much. It's too much. But so I was in the school because they wanted to talk to me or whatever. So I was in school for like a half an hour. I came out to school, gave her $20 to put in her pocket. Um, I came out, they were there, and they watched me come home, and they took off really fast. Once I put my key in the door, I looked outside, and y'all know how my block looks now, right? I got so many videos of my block with them here, and they just took off really, really fast. So by the time I got home, it was like 9:45, and and this is why I stay away from my family. This is why I stay away from my family, guys, because it's like they don't deserve that. I don't deserve it. I don't know what's going on, but needless to say, that's just the type of girl I am. I'm just that girl that everybody loves. So when all that was going on Twitter, um, I just didn't understand it. And it just really made me I left Twitter feeling so cold. So I'm saying all that to say I'm so glad God did that number on me. Like I said, I did not ask for it. And even in my time of fasting for during those 4 years, not just recently, but during those 4 years, my time of fasting, I never asked God to take the cussing away. I never even asked him let help me come. Like I thought I was done with this. Like I thought I was done with this. I'm like, I'm gonna handle this. It'll go away. I'm just thinking this will go away. But yeah, wherever. I mean, and then I just feel like a part of me is saying that if I would rather for this to happen to me than anybody else because um as a person who I know who I am, um I just know who I am, right? I wouldn't wish this on nobody. What's going on with me, right? Um, and I'm o- and luckily, gosh, luckily, I'm that girl that can be in the house and just sit in my own thoughts and love peace, love quietness because most people can't. So the fact that I deserted everybody, deserted my family, um, you know, cousins, not the little cousin that I'm talking about that I took to school. I'm talking about her mother and aunts and stuff, and you know, friends and this deserted everybody. I'm okay with it. I swear I'm okay with it. I love peace. I love peace. I've always been that girl who, even my time on Twitter, um, I love. I had a more social. I had a social life, but I just love being by myself. Um, and that just had. I think that has a lot to do with when I was growing up. When I was growing up, you know, I was the only girl, so I always had to. I always was by myself. You know, my brothers really. They didn't really have time for me. Um, as that little girl, you know. I always found myself by myself, playing by myself. So I think that maybe that comes from that, but I'm okay. I live a very peaceful life, contentment, um, and I just stay in the Word of God. And even just recently, when I was fasting, just what 2 weeks ago, I'm thinking, you know, I'm thinking like I'm saying all that to say when I fasted 2 weeks ago, it's like he's still doing another on me. He's still changing me. He's still I'm still he's still working on me if that makes sense. So yeah, God is good. God is good. Do all this. I love waking up every day. I love waking up every day. I thank God that He wakes me up every day, get my day started. I look forward for the next day. I look forward to, you know, hearing from my brothers and nephews, you know, seeing my mother and my daughter face and going to work, being social, you know, even going around the track. I even went live when I was around the track. I seen somebody I used to hang out with, and she was telling me that, you know, she was around the track. Let me tell y'all something. I'm never gonna go walking at 6:30 at night again. Well, by the time I came in the house, like 8, and was so tired, y'all. I was like, I don't know why I came in front of them. I slept like a baby, but um, she was saying she come out every night. She walks every night, and then she's like, it's so peaceful. I love it, you know. And I was telling her, yeah, you know, playing it off like, yeah, when these days one of our helicopters off, she's like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they keep circling around us. She's like, this never happened because I was out there. So one day, that's why I said I want y'all to subscribe and share my story. And I know I got to. There's so much stuff inside my lives I would love to break down, and I gotta take my time and do that. I gotta take my time one day and do that. I'm off this weekend. I'm off this weekend. Um, and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna break them videos down and make it into shorts because there's so much information inside these lives that I want to get out to the world. And that's why I want, you know, my goal. Well, I wasn't thinking about this until the day. I'm like, by the end of the year, I pray that I had 5,000 subscribers. And I said, I'm gonna tell them every chance I get, I'm gonna tell them subscribe. And y'all know, and people who know me from day one, not from me trying to get fame or fortune. You know, like I'm so content with my life, always have been. Never prayed for those things, but I just want my story to get out there because the more people will hear it, you know, maybe it's somebody out there that can help me. And even those, I got so many snapshots of the uh, helicopters. Maybe they got good special effects cameras where they can zoom into it and see exactly what, because it's like 4 or 5 of them that follow me. It's a white one, it's a yellow one, it's the black one, the all black one, then it's the one, the blue one with the police, Baltimore City police on there, and then it's the infamous brown one with the yellow United States on there. So, you know, somebody will see my story and just pick it up because it needs to be this should be, you know, People should really take into consideration that this is happening to a random. When I tell you, I'm just the most normal girl there is, and if it's happening to me, um, it can happen to anybody. Even today, like I was thinking, because even that experience when I told you I took uh, my little cousin to school and came back home, and I just opened my Bible. I changed my clothes, got back in the bed, took these clothes off, got in the bed, and just started reading, right? And just just reading, and because that was a lot. Don't get me wrong, I'm used to it, but to bring it around my family, I was upset, and but so I just came in the house and started reading. It was raining all day around here in Baltimore, so that's a good thing. At least one thing I will say, guys, when it's raining outside, they don't come in front of my bedroom. So that's a good thing. It's raining all night. It's supposed to rain for the next 3 days, but they don't come out when it's raining. But what I was gonna say is I was saying this, 'cause, I was in my own thoughts. Nobody was home today, but me, and I was saying, if this is something I'm becoming immune to, right? Because it's been happening for some years. So when I say maybe this is a new world order, and they always come in the cities. Even though I don't live in the city, I will say this: I don't live in the inner city no more. But we all know it's come to communities like this first to try out. So maybe if it just say if it is new world order, right? That's about that they try and take and they using me to experiment on following and harassing and just monitoring constantly when they know it's nothing. They know it's nothing, and they constantly doing this. And I'm getting a million for even the satellites that sit outside of my house. I'm getting a million for it. Like I know I can't record it. I look outside, I see them. I try to, get my phone. It won't come on. I just go back to bed, right? So the fact that I'm getting immune to this, immune to 24 hours about the loud helicopters, like when I don't do voiceovers and I let y'all hear it in real time and that loud motor, like it's I'm immune to it. It don't get me like I don't get like look around. It's a part of me now, right? What if that's what they wanted? So she's immune to it now. So this is the experiment. After so much of doing this to somebody, they'll get immune to it. So this is going to be part of world order where they're immune to the helicopters, the surveillance. They're immune to the aliens in the sky. They eventually they'll get immune to it like she is, and that's how world order. That's if you think about it, that's how world order starts. So and again, I'm just thinking of anything that I can think of because again, I don't know why this is happening. Um, but like I said in my live 10 10 24, the first live ever, it did not start until I back and forth on Twitter with Izzy Wisdom. That's that's when I know it started. And again, it started with the foot surveillance. It started with um, um, the stalking, the harassment. And I also will say this, and when I think of this, and this is probably gonna be really deep, right? Um, didn't know what it was before, right? Didn't know what the name was, what the name of it was, but and this was around the time this was around the time when 2 houses ago. So if you don't know, I bought a house and I was like 18, right? So I always had a home, and it is since then. I sold it, but back then I was still this when I was when my back and forth, right? And I noticed that it was, and I'm still on Twitter, heavy, still, you know, tweeting, and so this was around that time, and still in my home that I sold that I was living in for like 25 years, and um, well, close to 25, and didn't know what it was called, but so before I talk about that, so around this time, I'm cars parked in front of the door, tinted windows, dark tinted windows, and I know, and I would still making my videos. Hey guys, this I'm being, harassed. I'm being, bullied. I'm being monitored. I'm being, cars. White guys follow me. I'm saying this all on Twitter. I mean, all on my videos, under my videos. One day, my job has been right there in that area all my life. I bought that. Matter of fact, I was the youngest on that block. When I bought that house in when I was like 19, all old people lived around here. Like these couples was ready to retire. Since then retired, but towards the end, I'm ready to tell y'all this story, retired. So one day, and I was just thinking about this just randomly, just 2 days, honestly, 2 days. Never thought about it again. But I'm like, that was a part of this. I'm gonna tell you the other story. So one day at that my old home, been there for years, 22 years, know everybody, know everybody. And a car pulls up. It was a summer day. Mind you, I'm still on Twitter though. I didn't go away. I didn't go away and start, seeking it quiet time. It's not even in my 4 years of quiet. This is around the time I'm saying, why is car like I'm under the common skies? This car's parked in front of my house. It's car. So it's around that time. I'm still making videos, fussing, cussing around that time, right? So it was a car pulls up very slow. Windows, many of y'all know I love my mini blinds. Well, y'all don't know, but I love my mini blinds open. It's nice summer day, door open. Um, I'm in a house, and so happened my brother, one of my brothers was over there. I just drove over there. He just popped up over there. My closest brother. He always like me like this, right? So he just popped up over there. He's sitting in the front room. I'm in the kitchen. A car pulls up, and I see it pulling out because I'm in the kitchen. So how my back kitchen window, you can see from the back to the front. So I saw the tinted windows, and already by this time I'm observing because I see cars out the back, just sitting there. And then when I look out the window, roll out, so roll away slow and all that stuff. So a car came up, tinted windows, so I followed it around the front. I'm very observant. So he stopped in front of my door. So he stopped in front of my door, and I seen movement. The windows was tinted, but not that tinted, right? Not that tinted. So um, a lot of guys were credits, black, dark skinned guys, right? And not y'all, I'm good with guys. Like, I'm good with guys. So very relatable. And one of them got out, comes and knock on my door. Mind you, I had my door open. And I'm only home, and my brother in the front room watching television. And he's like, yeah. So when he knocked on the door, I come to the door. Once I come to the door, four other black Lord YNs, cruddies, like dark skin guys, saggy pants, and it startled me. And normally I'm like, put your pants up. I ain't even tell for their pants up, right? So he knocked on one of the guys knocked on the door. They like it was all in their 20s, mid 20s. He goes, somebody just came up in here and took me off for some money. Where that nigga at? Where that nigga at? I'm like, ho, ho, ho. So I go, so he's saying this to me in the screen door, right? When I go outside, the rest of them jumped out the car. This happened real life before all of what's going on now. But again, I was already knowing I was being, watched. Cars parked, before the aircraft stuff. It was on foot. Cars following. I get jump in the car. White guys follow me. Cars with tinted windows. So not thinking nothing of it because again, it's fresh. I'm still on Twitter having my fun. Um, and so I goes outside. When I goes outside, I said, "Baby, ain't nobody here." Who? I said, "What you talking about?" And he was like, "No, that nigga came up in here. I seen him. He came up in here. He was looking through my window. Where he at? Where he at? That nigga better give me my money." So about four of them jumped out, and one of them, so they all came on the porch. They surrounded me. Mind you, my brother in the front row. I've been around there for years. So of course he not gonna get out. He hear it. He hear it, but he, ain't like he first thing he said he thought like they gonna be like, no, this the wrong house. And he was like, I know it's this house. Now mind you, my other neighbors old. Old, they don't bother nobody. They rarely come outside. Their cars be parked for days at a time. So I lived on the corner at the time, and by then, mind you, back in the day, I stayed having parties and stuff. But this was literally what 2021 around that time, 2021. Bojan still on Twitter, so parties been stopped, been stopped, and I'm not even outside no more. The last time I was outside having fun, 2018, 19, not even that long. The last time I was out clubbing was 2016. Now, 2019, I went to a little birthday parties at little, events or whatever. But so everything died down, house, just nice and quiet house. And so he said, so one of the guys got off my porch, and I'm like, no, ain't nobody here. Don't nobody even stop. What you talking about? And even when those guys came out the car, I wasn't scared. I was just startled, like, wait a minute. And I knew my brother was there. I knew he was listening. He had earphones nothing on. So one of them got off the porch and walked around my back. And I said, wait a minute. I said, ho, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's why my brother ran outside because he thought, like they were jacking me up or something. So he runs outside real quick. He go, what? I said, he's saying it's a guy came in this house and he very adamant about it. Keeps saying, where that nigga at? Where that nigga at? Tell him give me my money. He owed me my money. He ran up in here. And the one, so when you heard me say, ho, what you doing? Because one of them just walked around the back. So he walked around the back to look I said, I guess he walked around the back to see who on my back porch or whatever. I don't know. My brother said, man, he said, man, y'all roll. He said, y'all get the F from around here, man. He said, my sister told y'all, ain't nobody in here. Get off this porch, man. And they jumped in that car and left. Never seen them again a day after that. They were government workers. I'm telling y'all. And I just this today. It never popped back up in my head, even after that day. And this is how you know the type of person I am, how everybody loved me. Even when that incident happened, I was just adamant about just the wrong house. I didn't even think of at that time I'm thinking wrong house. They was at the wrong house. It wasn't nothing personal. They went not the next within an hour, I forgot all about it because I wasn't scared to come out. I still was going back and forth. First thing I thought, that was the wrong house. They had the wrong house. And they kept saying dark. And the first thing I'm thinking, my nephew, I said, my nephews wasn't over here today. And my nephews, my complexion, all them light skins. So, you know, uh, even his son dark, and he's dark, and his son not even L complexion. So I'm like, first thing I'm thinking, well, did my nephew? I'm like, no, my nephews didn't come over here all day today. They don't even, So that was some crazy stuff, and they were so adamant. It was they owe me some, and they came in this house. I seen them coming up. Don't you know? My brother said, man, get off this porch, man. Okay, like get away from here. And they just got in their cars And he was like, all right, okay, okay, and laughed. That's called gang stalking. I learned that from just trying to figure out what's going on. Why is this happening? That is called gang stalking. Look it up. That is called gang stalking. And I did not think of none of that stuff until, I mean, that incident until today, early this morning, when I was like really uh, frustrated. I was more frustrated, like, hey, like, y'all bringing this to, this is why I don't deal with my family, because it's like they come everywhere, everywhere. And that time, listen, the video that I got on here when they found me on a highway at night when I was going over my nephew's house. I haven't been back over there since. And I'm like, okay, this is what they doing. I don't want my family to get involved. And I literally went over there I'm really good. I'm telling you, I'm a trick of all trades. I'm really good at putting big TVs on the wall, right? So he told me come over there to put his TV on the wall, and he uh yeah. So after that, I have not, and that was what, February this year. It's right here. Y'all go look for. I did it as a short, and they followed me on the highway. And I was explaining to y'all, I'm on probably the Harlethorpe, Maryland County area to over my nephew house, which my oldest nephew, good kid, good kid. Um, yeah, so so good. He was the only one. When you're young, like, what you want to be? I want to be a police officer. He wanted to be a police officer when he got big, but yeah, that didn't. Yes, being in the inner cities for too long, you'll change your mind real quick. But that was the only time I left. I had not been on my nephews, and I used to go over there and pick with them, like, get up, y'all, everybody get up. Just I have not. So yeah, it's safe to say I have isolated myself purposely. But yeah, when I came home this morning after dropping my little cousin off, that was right. I just had to. I said, God, you know, take a nap. And I wake up. I pray. I said favorite songs. I read Psalms 27, Psalms 91. Um, Psalms 121, and I took a nap. And I said, when I get up, God, make me renewed, because I was very frustrated, like very, like they did, did my aunt sickly and stuff, but guys, I just don't know why this is happening and how long it's going to happen. But like I said, all these years I'm immune to it, and this is why I say out. I'm out telling y'all, what's going on with me. I'm vocal about it. Why is they still doing this? This is some strange stuff. This is crazy. We like talk about spiritual warfare, and Hollywood is demonic. Hollywood is an evil entity, and the fact that it's so many of us that is so into it and engaged into it. Oh, and like I was saying earlier, my brother girlfriend, who even the one that um the white girlfriend he used to go with, like, he was with her for some years, so I know a little bit about white culture. They are not the ones that's into the gossip. They're only into, if they like you, they're gonna go to your show. If they like you, they're gonna buy your album. But far wise, clicking on it for the gossip, they're not into it. It's us. It's the black people only. I'm telling y'all, it's the black people only that's engaged into their mess. And I thank God that, you know, He freed me from all that. Because when I tell y'all, I was so obsessed, loved everything about the celebrity world. So obsessed with the celebrity world and everything about it. Now, granted, yeah, we know it was a lot of people that I didn't like, but just the entertainment world in its whole, like, I would debate for them. I would, like, take up for them. Like they don't even know I exist. And this was like in the 90s, and I was just that girl, right? But God really showed me like, no, you, you idolizing the wrong people. I am the one, the only one. I am the truth and the light, you know. Um, but yeah, guys, this is I don't know why. I really don't know why. And but this is why I want y'all to follow. This is why I want y'all to share. This is why I want y'all to um spread the word because and don't get me and I know I did say I'm done with writing people, but I am gonna write um I'm gonna write United States Supreme Court because look, they froze my credit. It's things I'm trying to do. Like, come on, like no, somebody gotta do something. The things I'm trying to do, like you froze my credit. Like we was taught as kids, get good credit, you can get anything you want. That was all good up until 2021. That's the last time when Trump was last in the chair before he. But and another thing, but well, let me finish. The last credit loan I got was in 2021 when Trump was in jail, and that's why in the beginning I was like, was it Kamala? Because I was just thinking of anybody. So on that documentary, when I mentioned her name, because the first thing you think, credit being froze, you can't get no loan, can't get no credit cards. Um, when you never had a problem with it because you always had good credit, and then all of it stopped, and nobody's telling you why, and people saying, the people that's taking my loan application saying this is crazy. Um, and I said, well, could you ask the undertaker why? What's going on? They not telling me why this is crazy. Your credit score is better than mine, and the fact that you can't like this is crazy. I've never seen nothing like this, and the same credit card you had for years that they would give you anything. They stopped. Like it was just. That's why I was thinking Kamal. I just don't know who it is. I was thinking it was Kamal and Joe Biden camp. I was just, and still just my mind still be wondering like only human, especially when it's something this big, you know, that's happening to you where nobody's listening. But yeah, I definitely want to write the United States Supreme Court, the big one. And I wrote a letter to the what is it? A local, I believe it was the United States Supreme Court, well, the local Supreme Court. Is this such thing? I wrote one of the big entities, and they told me the format I gotta go before I get to the United States Supreme Court. So I clipped my nails, so that's why my nail look like this. And the rest of them long, and this one short. I had clipped it with. I'm ready to take this nail polish off. But yeah, guys, so I am gonna write down because they gotta tell me something. They gotta unfreeze my credit. Like what is going on? Like we was taught you get credit. You get anything but credit, and then that's gone. Like, come on, like people they really playing. But again, their whole mission is to try to they want me to go crazy. Well, this is what I was believing in the beginning, but now my mind, I really think this is world war. I really think this is an experiment of world water. I'm telling y'all because me, me, a regular girl, and they be out, and like nobody, everybody be just driving and just in their own little world, not even questioning why is this, who is this? I'm telling y'all. If I know Jesus, if I know this man right here, mm, if I know this man right here, but yeah, y'all, there's so much going on in the world. We gotta start, um, start being on alert. You know, that celebrity world ain't where it's at. They're a bunch of nowhere folks. They're a bunch of folks going nowhere fast. You know, and then I still think of when I used to sing Kanye West off the top of my lungs. And people highs up got the lowest self esteem. Like that dawned on me. And I think one of these videos is posted. I'm like, man, is that the truth? These people is a bunch of low vibrational people who tries to make it look like they living their best life ever, demonic inside. Look at how they was just before Diddy went to jail. They was all of them was living their best lives, and they knew what Diddy was going. They knew that he shot Natasha Rubin. They knew what he did. They covered it up. That the girl who uh the one who was in our face, she was another Cardi B trying to act black. Jennifer Lopez, gaining from the black community and our black culture, but she knew, like all of them knew that Puffy was demonic. And you sitting up here telling me that they're not too far from it. If they knew how evil this man was, all of them is like that. I'm telling you, all of them is like that. Mm, like, but I'm saying, y'all, the way how y'all rush to check to see the trash and mess. Look, they didn't. She called me a ball of trash. I was called the ball of trash just for existing. Just for existing. But that's what she saw in herself. She saw that in herself. She look in the mirror and see the ball of trash, the ball of mess. Anytime your boyfriend says it. But see, this black skin disrupted her soul because all of them, a lot of them. That's why they running to be light, sawing their chin down, getting big lips, chinking their eyes, getting little tiny noses. This is how they look because they seen this, and when they look in the mirror, and I keep saying it, but that's all it is. They didn't like what they see, so she gotta hate herself. Y'all mess with the wrong black girl. And I knew I was going to say, you see how I changed it up? See, because now back then I wouldn't even know. She a ball of trash. Such a ball of trash. Woo. Mm. People need this social media need to go dead for like 2 weeks so people can lose their mind and gain it back. So people can lose I got that from my brother. The one that just came home. He's like, yeah, this is what he said. So I don't know what I want to do with Baltimore Live because so the world that I come from, right? My bro, we, like I was telling y'all, we not into social media. My brothers are not into social media. Even the one that just came home, I was like, when you gonna do it? Like, I talked to him today. His mind on a whole new, like, his girlfriend convinced him to start a what you call that, shoot, a bodyguard. Get ready to start a bodyguard company. I'm like, man. So I don't know what I want to do with Baltimore Live. Should I continue with it? I really wanted him. I really want my brother. See, they not. I'm saying we come from a real word. I'm telling y'all thought I ain't like to show my face and she must say this. Why she keep showing memes on her videos? Oh, she don't like herself. Oh, it's a real world out here. I'm like this, and and shout out to all the people, all the guys that's on here that you know, podcasters, you know, YouTubers, but it's some real folk. Oh, and shout out to Cameron. Yes, yes. I was watching my boy. Let me tell you something. I don't watch nothing. I don't follow nobody. Um, but I had my face for Flacco, poetic Flacco, right? I think that's one of my boys too. He be killing me with his the folk his be like, oh, his career is over or he's dead now. Like, and nothing on there gives that, but he is cool. So he did a video of Cameron uh defending the girl, his co-host, and man, that made me feel good. And the reason why that made me feel good because though social media tries to put in our face that real men don't exist no more. Like they just don't. And I mean, everywhere you see, and don't get me wrong, I follow a lot of gay people that I'd be like, I've all seen them. I just love them, right? Gay men that still got the facial hairs and just the gays. I don't know what. More power to you, and I love it. Be who you are. Come out. Be true. But the deal, guys, I cannot get with. Like, ugh. But social media would try to put in our face that real men does not exist no more. And I know better because I see him every day. I see him every day. But it's good to see that representation on here, on this social media. The fact that Cameron, the rapper Cameron, took up from because Adrian Brono, the boxer, I think I'm saying his name right, kept violating her, disrespecting her, even though he like that was so uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable just listening, just watching it. And the fact that Cameron shut it down, it was trying to give him it's like, look, man, her boyfriend is behind the stage. He kept trying, like, come on, like he was trying to tell, like he ended it. That is what you did. Like, yes. I said I love it. See, real men exist. Yeah, I said after that, I said, let me keep Cameron in his praise. I said, because the high up probably didn't like that. You was taking up for a dark skinned pretty girl, period. You showed your manhood. Oh, they ain't like that. I said, well, they probably ain't even like that. But shout out to him. That made me proud. That gave me a big smile. I said, because see, I know no matter what you see, is real men exist. Real men exist. They are real straight men in the world. Everywhere I turn, girls keep saying, "Oh, just face it, all men deep." Just random girls when I stroll their page and they post or even when I take that back when one of the pages I follow of that gay person talk about how all men, let's just face it, they all gay, and then I go in the comments and then girls be, yes, you're so right, all men. No, it's not. Get off of here. Get off of this thing right here. Come in the real world. It's not. It's real men out here. Like what? Ah, but yeah, I was happy to see that. I was like, yeah. So I saw that on Poetic Black. That's why I got to stay in uh stay on with the subscribe to these channels because if it was, I wouldn't know. Let me say something. I wouldn't know nothing about nothing. I was happy to see. I said, Cameron, that's right. A man. He said, no, you gotta go. Here, take this little bit of money out. You get up on out of here. Get up on out of here. So that was good to see. I followed that channel too on Baltimore Live. I follow Cameron podcast, but I don't go on, the actual my actual bottom alive. I don't know what I want to do with it. I don't know if I want to sell it because there's a lot of pages out here that will buy channels. I don't know what I'm gonna pray about it. I'm gonna pray about it because I don't. And guys, trust me, if I was still into that music, I would have like, look, I'm gonna pick back up, but I'm not into it no more. The music I listen to, I have not listened to rap in so long. I have not listened to rap in so. No, I take that back. I got the Bible in front of me. I was listening to Naughty by Nature a few days ago. Um, so yeah, I take that back. But other than that, I've been listening to my '90s music, um, Motown music, same music I used to run out the house when my mother used to play it loud, like, hell, turn this off, I hate this music, and be gone for the rest of the day, right? Um, I like listening to that. Yeah, so of course my gospel. So yeah. God is good, guys, and I'm gonna pray about it. I'm gonna pray about it to see what He want me to do about that channel. Because my brother, he on another old page, and it's understandable. I'm here for him, whatever he want to do. I'm here. I'm here for him. So I'm getting ready to end this, but before I end it, I want to say uh, read Psalms. Yeah, I'm praying, y'all, but that'd be personal. I'm not that girl that say, okay, let's pray. And I follow a lot. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you something. I follow a lot of pages that really is in really is into the word of God and really be really about that like pray like for instance, it's one girl that I follow and I just unfollow her. She had that was my mother. She used monoculars, and let me tell you, that's what y'all heard. The heavy old monocular spell that she read from. So, yeah, I wasn't. And what caught my attention one day, she got a large following, and she said, "You know, this message is for you." And I clicked it, and it was for me that day. But I don't like her. She just it's more like she's there for the gain followers and to gain because she always like this video, like this video. Now put in the bottom of the comments, say amen. Say amen. Put in the bottom of the comments, say amen. Like no. This but it's two people that I follow that's oh my goodness. I pray for them. They are really helpful to me. Like I really believe God sent and this one guy, God sent him to me in my 4 years. And every time I log on to this guy, he is speaking something in my life. I'm not going to tell you who he is. And I know I told you about the guy, Israel Robin. He's into, he's a believer, but he's more like a gossip. I don't look for him for inspiration. I look for him to be like, oh my goodness, I didn't know she wasn't into God no more. Oh my goodness, I didn't know she, practiced she's into ancestry religions. Like so he is that on more on that for me. But more like giving me information about people that I didn't know that study. You they're not. So he's more like that for me, Isaiah Robin. But there are people that I really find like soon as they come down my line, I'm hitting like I'm hitting that to watch it and I'm hitting like so yeah, God bless them too. They my faves, man. Oh man. Woo. But I'm gonna read something to y'all and after this I shall end it. I be keeping my nephew. I got all pictures of all my nephews. Let me see. This is the one I raised. Pictures. Prayer required. Um, Y'all ever write down something, then you go back and be like, oh my goodness, this is everything I prayed for. I got it. Like literally. It'd be like I remember I found something. Well, my daughter found. Remember when I went to storage and got my pictures of my brothers that I mean old pictures, and I showed you the pictures of my brothers. Around that time it was a big box, and I found request that I wrote down. I'm like, wow, I did not even realize all that stuff I wrote. I got it, and it was almost like the fact that I wanted Rolex and only wore for what 3 events and gave it to my daughter. And this is and not that and I did this, guys. So it's that, and I'm so lucky to have a girl. Like all my jewelry, like tennis I gave her, all that stuff. And I was doing that in my time of silence. Like so, I just like I didn't want it no more. It wasn't fulfilling. And just recently, this is how you know God is working on me. Just recently, I say like not this last phase, not this last phase 2 weeks ago, but maybe 3 weeks before that phase. So I'm still coming on live and stuff like, and it's this necklace that I got. Back then, it's probably way more money now. Back then it was like I paid for the piece alone was 2,800, like $2,800. I got that necklace, and I mean the piece, and then the necklace was separate. That was a another good piece of money. Um, and you know when I was younger, and I think I got that from my brothers, and then seeing their girlfriends who was fly girls, and they always, and then just always having it, and I'm wanting what they want, and my brothers would get me what they want, or my mother get me what they want. I mean, get me what I'm asking for, and so I was always into uh, jewelry, right? Gold. I knew I could like all these rappers on here. Another thing, all these rappers on here with them iced out. That stuff be just they don't be real diamonds, y'all. I'm telling you, like I can spot this stuff. I was around it all my life. I can spot real diamonds and think that. And my dude was like, man, how do you know? Like we'll walk past um I just like I can spot them out, right? And I remember we was in a jewelry store and she was looking at some jewelry, and I said, "This is not." I said, "This is not real. This is not real diamonds. Over here's real diamonds." Now, mind you, they didn't have cubic zirconia or diamonds. Like they both. And then she go, "What you mean?" I said, "These are cubic zirconia." I said, "The diamonds over there." So my daughter said, "Well, how you know?" So she looked at the jewelry lady. She said, "Is this right?" She said, "Yeah, the diamonds over here." And she said, "Ma, how you know?" I said, I know. It's something I know. And I did explain to her. I ain't gonna tell y'all how I know, but I did explain the difference. She was just like that. Oh, but I'm saying all that to say is that all that stuff that used to matter, like when I found, and I wrote this 2017. I want a Rolex. I want this. I want that, and I got literally all that stuff, literally, and it was all. Oh gosh, it was all material. Um, it was all material stuff, you know. But I'm saying all that to say, so I gave her that stuff when I was going through my time of silence. But every time one of my brothers, now this brother is my daughter's favorite uncle, right? And every time he go out, he come over my house and get this necklace because I stopped wearing it, right? He comes over and get the necklace. Every time he go out, he come on here you go, here you go. He always say, "Let me have it, let me have it. You don't need wear it no more. Let me have it." I'm like, no, literally, literally out the blue when he came over uh 3, 4 weeks ago to go to an event. He did text us, "I'm on my way over to get the next." I said, "Okay." When he came over and put it on, I said, "You can have it." He said, "I can what?" "You can have it." He said, "You don't want this no more." Then no, so he went to get it appraised, and he's like, remember, because I gave him the appraisal papers. Now, mind you, I got this years ago. I got this necklace years ago. So when I got it, like the piece is 2,800, and the necklace itself is 14. And he said, look how much it's worth now. I said the price of gold went up, and times was different back then to now. So he got it appraised, and so he got it. But I'm saying all that to say, I just gave it to him, something that he would ask me for all the time. Every time he put it on his back, and like if he ain't drinking after the event or whatever, he'll come back over the next day and give it to me. If he ain't, I'm like, look, bring my necklace over here. When he put it on and said, you can have it, he was shocked. And this was just recently, what, last month. It's like when you get older, you just realize what's important. And this stuff is not important. Not important. If it wasn't for me having this charm bracelet, I probably would have gave this charm bracelet to my daughter, but it's personalized. But it's not, that stuff don't matter no more. That stuff, when you get older, you just realize what matters, and that is not it. It doesn't faze me anymore. I thank God. I thank God, man. If you would have asked me, my older years would have been so peaceful and content, even in the midst of this. Even in the midst of this, guys, God is good. Because I know if nobody else got me, he got me, and he's going to get me through this, whatever it is. And only he, y'all watch. God is going to get me through this. And it's to the ones who looking at me, maybe like questioning, like, it just don't seem right. Well, why is this happening? First of all, I don't know, just like you. I don't know why it's happening. And he's going to give me some answers. He's going to give me some answers. He will. Whenever he's ready. And I knew that's the only thing. I know he's going to come through. It's just that with God, you just don't know when, right? Oh, God is good. You know what? I'm gonna read Psalms 91 since it's late and we get ready to go to bed. And this is what I do read before I go to bed and say my prayers. Okay, so I'm gonna read Psalms 91, guys. So, y'all ready? Psalms 91. Whoever dwell in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. It's true. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the foul snares and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and your rampart. You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by the day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say, now listen to this, guys, this is where, if you say the Lord is my refuge and you make the most high your dwelling, no harm will overtake you. And I wanted to say, if you say the Lord is my refuge, because throughout the day I'll say it, the Lord is my refuge. So if you say the Lord is my refuge and you make the most high your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent, for he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. The They will lift you up in their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lions and the cobras. You will trample the great lions and the serpent. And this is what Jesus said. Listen to what Jesus said. Because he loves me. A lot of people don't know Jesus speaking right here. Because, so this is how I like to twist it. Because Shanika loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue Shanika. I will protect Shanika, for Shanika acknowledges my name. Shanika will call on me, and I will answer her. I will be with Shanika in trouble. I will deliver Shanika and honor Shanika. With long life will I satisfy Shanika and show Shanika my salvation. Amen. God is good. This is what keeps me, guys. This is what keeps me. God knows He hears all of our cry. He knows. He knows what we with that song, Yolanda, and God knows what you need before you really need it. Yeah, so this is what keeps me. This is what keeps me. God is good. I'm never going to go astray. Never. I just ask him for him to bring me closer to him because there's so much going on in the world. There's so much things happening in the world right in front of our faces, guys. Do you understand that we are living in some crazy times? You know, and my heart hurts so bad for that guy, Charlie Kirk. My heart hurts so bad for that white girl who got stabbed up on the bus, on the train, and she was for Black Lives Matter. Somebody uploaded a picture of that girl in her home with a big old poster of Black Lives Matter, and it's like Black Lives Matter failed her. Black Lives failed her. So sad. So sad. And then a guy going through mental illness. The system failed that girl. The system failed that girl. That guy should not. Have you heard what he was saying with the government? Y'all keep thinking the government is evil. It's evil. And then it's like, yes, mental illness is real. But the fact that he was talking like that, they put this stuff on my body to make like that man. Let me tell y'all something. He needs to be. It's safe to say he needs to be put away and not let back out. I mean, and then the girl sat there. Nobody came to help her. Like we living in crazy times. And y'all gotta, I'm telling y'all, it's not a game. If y'all can just, it's not a game. Y'all gotta get close to God. Get close to God. Like we are the fact that, and then the fact that, I was watching Candace Owens, and she said, I didn't even think of it. The fact that they killed him in front of us, and then shot him in the throat. Whereas if he would have lived, he wouldn't have been able to talk again. Like we live in some crazy times, y'all. Y'all gotta get right with God. Get right with God. I'm telling y'all, stop following these celebrities. They're lost. They so far from Christ as an entity could be. These celebrities, a lot of them can't even, in their contract, can't even follow God. Y'all gotta get right with Him. Stop following these celebrities. Start putting your trust in God. Stop listening to what they're saying because they feeding y'all a bunch of nonsense. Like how I posted the data short of, they talk my body, my choice. Why would they want somebody to abort a child? Why are they still having babies? Getting paid to get up here on pulpits and say, your body, your choice. both will come on. Like, why are they saying this to us? You know, and when I was at the mall and seeing how everywhere I looked, it was nothing but Hispanics. You would want to keep your baby to keep the population going. Like, what? I'm telling y'all, this we've been lied to for so long, guys. Like that person who started the My Body, My Choice was a racist white woman. Y'all, we gotta stay prayed up. Get in a relationship with God, come closer to your family, start supporting each other amongst your family. Stop following these celebrities because they're lost. I promise you, they don't care nothing about you. They only care about your paycheck. You take notice, Beyonce start putting those tickets out, those concert tickets soon tax time at February. Boom, you know that's when tax time. They don't care nothing about. They want it only tries to get rich off of our money and look down on us. We're trash to them. All right, guys. Until next time. I probably well, I supposed to go and get a chemical pill. Supposed to go and get a chemical pill Friday. If I do, because I work the rest of this week, so um, if I do, I won't come to y'all Saturday. If I don't, because you know with chemical pills, like you have a layer skin peeling. But if I do come to y'all Saturday, that means I didn't get no pill. But if I don't come to y'all Saturday, that means I got my pill and my face is healing. Because I keep getting a bump like right here, right there. And then it was one right here. That went away, and then there's one right there. So this one got better, and then this one. So it's time to get a pill. So, all right, guys, thank y'all. Continue to keep me in prayer as I keep y'all in prayer. Continue to pray for me. I pray for peace for y'all. It's nothing like it. The peace that God gives is nothing like it. Um, Continue to pray for peace for me, strength. Um, for peace most of all, because the peace that surpasses all. Until next time. Bye. I took a long nap, y'all, so I probably finish editing um once I get off here with y'all because there's nothing else to talk about. But thank y'all for joining me. Please subscribe. I'm gonna try and get to 5,000 so my stories can get out there. I know I gotta break up them lives that I got so many great stuff inside of those lives. And yeah. Until next time.